Hey, good morning, Goff and God this morning. It is beautiful. It is chilly, but it is beautiful. So just hope you get to enjoy a little bit of time this week in the sunshine as we go through there. Anyways, let's get started this morning because we only have so much daylight. Absolutely. How many remember the bracelets, the What Would Jesus Do, the WWJD bracelets that were popular back in the late 90s, early 2000s? You guys all remember those bracelets? So this week I thought, I don't know, I'll tell you the particular instance and then I'll kind of give you an idea. But I thought, you know what? I was sitting after this whole thing happened, and I just thought, what is Satan wanting to come out of this right now? So let's reverse this. Instead of what would Jesus do, what does Satan want you to do? And let me give you a couple of examples. Let's give you the real life example first, and that was I've got a business colleague, and we're in a contracted relationship. I have to communicate with this guy. I communicated with earlier in the relationship, and it seemed to be good. And but over the course of time knowing him, I have come to realize that this guy is unhappy about everything. And it never fails. Every conversation that we have, every email communication, phone call, he is always complaining about something. And it is always my fault. Even if it goes against the contract and everything that's in writing, I wish I could just void the whole situation. But I can't, because there is a contract, and I need to honor that, and I want to honor that. But it just hit me this week that, gosh, what if this guy is just this way in every relationship of his life? Like, he must just be an unhappy person. What in the world has happened to this guy? And I'm sitting there and I'm starting to get worked up. Like, I want to argue with him. I want to engage and fight back and defend myself. And I feel all of a sudden this frustration building. And it hit me in that exact moment. That's exactly what Satan wants to happen. Like, that's exactly what he wants to happen. Because if I retaliate, if I argue, if I get all this frustration built up inside of me, then all of a sudden I become that unhappy person in my next dealing, in my next relationship. Whether your kid walks up to you, or you're on the phone with the next person, or an email, and that frustration is still there, you're going to reflect that upon them. And just think about how much that one unhappy person, that one moment, that one relationship can trickle through your whole day, and it can ruin everything that God had planned for you today. And your day is no different than mine. What does God have planned for you today? He wants you to get the most out of it. He wants you to love on people, your kids, your spouse, your coworkers. He wants you to be nice. Like that's our true mission, right? Just love on other people. And so I thought about that, and that's just my example. But take someone who gets a bill in the mail, and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't pay this bill. How am I going to do this? All of a sudden, that one thing just becomes all-encompassing, all-consuming, and it ruins your entire day. So then when Billy pulls on your pant legs, Dad, I need to get a drink of water, or can I get a drink of water? Or you get a phone call from your wife, and she's like, hey, I forgot this book. Can you bring it to me at work? And then you're like, you're just chewing at him. You know, you're reacting like, go get your own milk. Why didn't you take the book to work yourself? And all of a sudden, that reaction trickles down to your wife at work. And now she's in a bad mood, and she's having a bad day because of you. You had a bad day because of this guy. That's exactly what Satan wants to happen. So we go back to that first scenario. When you meet that unhappy person, they're blaming you for everything, and they're doing that. What's your course of action? What does Satan want you to do? He wants you to engage. He wants you to argue. He wants you to do that. What's God want you to do? God wants you to walk away, take a deep breath, say a prayer. If you have to engage and you have to react, what's the appropriate way? But what more importantly he wants is he doesn't want that moment to set the course for the rest of your day. God wants to set the course for the rest of your day. We're supposed to live each day, one day at a time, right? So let's go back to the Goff. I just did some putting practice this morning, and fortunately for me, putting is not my weakness. Shots 90 to 50 yards, that's my weakness. And I can have the best drive in the world. I can get to the green 50 yards out, and then it can just go downhill. The best golfers in the world will let one bad shot brush it off and go about their day. The worst golfers in the world let that one shot trickle to the next hole, through the next 9 holes, the next round. And if they're not careful, they'll let it carry to the next day. And, a lot of people say, why make the comparison between golf and God? Well, I believe that God put golf in my life as another way for me to get in touch with nature, to get out and open fresh air. It's healthy for me. It's healthy for my mind. But when I go out and I let one bad shot ruin that afternoon of golf, one bad shot ruin that afternoon of golf, you take it home. You take it home to your kids. You take it home to your spouse. You take it home. You take it back to the office with your coworkers. It's crazy. One bad shot can trickle. And so yeah, God is definitely involved in your golf game. God is definitely involved in your finances at home. God is definitely involved in your relationships with your coworkers. And I know a lot of you struggle with that, especially coworkers. You've got that one or you've got a customer that just under your skin all the time, always unhappy, always complaining, always blaming you. And to allow that to get to your life and carry down into your other relationships through your day and ruin your day, that's exactly what Satan wants. That's exactly what Satan wants. So the next time you're in a situation, actually 2 or 3 times a day, what does Satan want to happen today? What does Satan want to happen today? And see if you're doing that as it goes through there. So I just like that play on the what would Jesus do type of situation. Look at it from the other aspect. What does Satan want to happen here? And anyways, those are my thoughts, brief and quick this morning because it's a beautiful day. God wants me to play some golf today. Satan wants me to work and grind to the bone and not spend time with nature. So we're going to go spend some time with nature. Y'all have a good morning. Thanks.